Hello. Okay, so we're back. Yeah, my actual computer itself is not working so well. My bandwidth for my internet connection is being used up by two separate computers. If you see me glancing this way, it's because I have another computer that's doing server transfers right now. I do want to be able to provide the server for players to be able to download. I will also have to convert the files into a single player file, so there's that, but that won't take up my bandwidth. So I'm here right now so that I can answer questions that you may have. Um, it's going to be pretty lackluster in, I guess, the stream right now because I kind of wanted to have an overlay and cut out to a few videos here and there. I have a lot of videos of the server that I've collected over time. So let the questions start flowing in, and I'll do my best to answer them as I see them. Hi, Sergeant. Hi, BL13. If you leave your usernames, I'll say hi to you through your username. But if I don't recognize you, I'm sorry. Hi, Karma. See, just like that. All right. If I also kind of go MIA, it's because I have a lot going on right now. I have the Discord's general chat. I have the forums that I'm trying to set up alongside. I shouldn't say I'm setting it up. I'm trying to get some more read before you post things through. I just got done with explaining how to apply to be a mayor. We've changed the system quite a bit, so there's that. Yeah, I mean, if it's just a webcam, it seems to go through just fine. Hello, Elite Knight. And hello again to Hacks. I totally didn't say hi. Hello, Rainbow. Yeah, the webcam version works much better. I'm not a fan of all this happening. Yeah, no, it's not. It's because Streamlabs OBS takes up a lot more CPU. So yeah, I got the forums thing going on. I'm checking on our senior chat right now. Let's see. And I've got my other upload going on, so I'll be kind of in and out. So, hi, baby. My cat decided she's, yeah, right there. Say hello. Oh, she is not. She is not happy about this. I'm sorry. She's gonna jump off of me, and I am going to scream because it hurts when she thinks her ow claws into me. Please don't do that. It hurts. It hurts, guys. I'm trying anyway. She's also really upset with me because I've been at my computer basically all day. But yeah, anyone have any questions about the server? That's what I'm here for. Is I want to be answering your questions. Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy? There were so many questions. How would I rate the stress on a scale of 1 to 10? Probably at about a 7 or an 8. It's not that, especially now that the map's basically done. We still have actually a few minor things that we have to touch up. We do not have the same region names. You will see some of the same names from the previous map, but that's because the plugin that we use kind of names things on its own, generic names. So you will see things like New Town. We will have an Old Town. probably like a region redstone or something like that. A lot of familiar names will be back, but they will not be the same region as last time. Custom names like Apollo, Orion, Toki Town, things like that, you will not see on the new map because, again, they are custom names. One of the things that I do actually want to mention is if you have purchased a voucher this year, starting from January 1st, 2018 to now, I will be giving them back to you so that you can have a custom named region again. On that note as well, if you have the chance, go to the website and have a look through region mayor process, because we now have two different kinds of mayorships. We have one which is for personal regions, and we have another which is for community regions. Personal region will be basically it's where you decide to live in that region by yourself. The entirety of the region, all 400 by 400 blocks, will be made to claim by you. So we will go in on your behalf, claim the entire region, and then give the region back into your name. So that is your region, your claim, and you have the ability to give trust out for those players who know anything about divvying out trusts. And then for community regions, if you're mayor of a community region, it kind of runs the way we had it, which is you have the one mayor and he or she decides what land can be given to who. If they get players that come in and they're like, oh, we don't really want you here, they're allowed to do that. But otherwise, if you have more than just you living in that region, most likely you're going to want it to be a community region. And we're not going to claim the entire area for you, so this leaves it open for other players to come in, other players that you want to come in and start claiming their land. So the community regions are more like the ones that you're used to, and then personal regions are for people who want to be solitary, who don't really want to have to go about claiming everything and then seeing random people that they didn't want there just coming in and creating their own claims. A lot of the changes are not documented because we're still working things out on the go. And also, it's 1 p.m. for me. It's in the middle of the afternoon. But going back to I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place. But yeah, no, the changes are not documented. We are still kind of working on changes as we go. We have an entirely new spawn system. I don't really feel like we need to document that because I feel that we've made it in a way it's way more self-explanatory. Hopefully this decreases a lot of how do I get out of spawn questions from players. We redid the central city. It is called Central. I actually outlined that in the email that I sent out, but a lot of people just assumed that it would be, called Newtown again. We do have a new town. We do have an old town, but Newtown, we kept it Newtown so that it pays homage to the map that, the 1.12 and earlier map. And then we have Old Town, which in the 1.12 and earlier map, we had it used as a reference to our very first map. A lot of people don't realize that the map that we had is actually the second map, and we wanted to really avoid resetting, but the biome changes and the way everything works, it's just a little too much, and it would be really difficult for us to try to blanket over and create 1.13 areas in a 1.12 map. So this actually gave us a lot of opportunity to start things fresh, because as it stands right now, as a lot of players may have felt, is a lot of things are insufficient. It's not really clear for new players to get out of spawn and to know to go to the resource world. Yes, we have signs about that, but it's just not as clear or streamlined. So we did fix that. Um, just tiny little things like that. You will spawn in Central. Yeah, there's a spawn right above Central. So you will spawn there. Yes, so you do spawn in Central. Big shout out to Wout for making that preview teaser trailer video thing. It looked awesome. It was really exciting to see all of that. Submit a new mayor request. If we already emailed about moving our new region over. Okay, so Michi asks, do we need to submit a new mayor request if we already emailed about moving our new region over? Yes, everyone's starting out fresh. Your region vouchers, by the way, you do have to let us know if you want that to be a community region or a personal region, but otherwise that's really about what you're going to be able to transfer over. Is running the server a financial deficit, or are the donations doing the job of being financially stable? Good question, actually. Not related to the update, but actually, I'm under a bit. So I'm going to give it to you in reference to percentages. The donations that we get cover about maybe close to 80%, and I pay like about 20% of it to keep up with it. Big thank you to the people who are subscribed to me on Patreon. Your donations are going towards the server and the website, but mostly the website I kind of take care of myself. I am aiming to get us a dedicated server, which is a big increase in the monthly expenses. But I'm hoping with a little more work on my end, we'd be able to funnel in some players that are going to be able to help us to that effect. But as of right now, it's a little too risky. I can afford going dedicated, but it's a little too risky. So unless I have a little more buffer room, I'm not going to be going dedicated, but that is a goal that I'm working towards. Let's see. Do we have starter shops in the Central for food and stuff like that in 1.12 Newtown? All new players will get a kit. And as far as food goes, yes, there will be free food. The problem that we had with food in the 1.12 map was that players who had been settled in and had played with us for months, basically every day, were just hoarding a lot of the free food. And we ended up having to put on limiters like the carrot farm at Valley. I initially had it so that you could just go into the chest and take whatever, but new players would come and that chest would be empty. And then, I check the logs and it's, the players that are emptying out that chest are ones that I've seen on the server for months. And I really didn't feel that was fair. The limiter that we put on it actually ended up clogging up the system because, it really limited how many people were able to get every day. So it clogged up the system by overfilling it, which wasn't a bad thing. But yeah, so we will be offering free food. We are unable to put the sign shops that we used in the previous map into this map. The plugin developer just isn't developing it anymore. So that's that. I have really bad eyesight, despite the fact that I have glasses. I have really bad eyesight, so I cannot see what questions are coming in. I'm sorry in advance if I missed your questions while I'm answering. If I didn't answer your question, feel free to type it into the comments again. Okay. Since I'm working, I'm donate to the server. Maybe $10 every client I get. Okay. The currency is staying Rhines. We're just unable to bring the sign shops over. And by the way, hello to everyone. Hello, the Ali. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, the currency is gonna stay the same. Did I miss anyone's questions? Again, please rewrite it into the comments. I'm just gonna check here. All right, so name of my cat. Funny thing about the cat, so I didn't have a pet when this is a new home, by the way. I just moved here last year. And I was here for a while, and you know, I'm a stay-at-home wife now. I don't work. I don't work outside my home, and I was kind of lonely, you know, no pet. So I started a GoFundMe, and I was able to raise money to adopt my cat and pay for her pet deposit in this house. And we were going to give her like a really cool name, but we ended up just calling her by the name that she was given when she was being fostered. So her name is Astrid because her name was Astrid on the adoption list. A lot of people usually when they adopt, they give their pets new names, but she stayed Astrid, and she's just... I'm being a little loud, so she's literally sleeping like this. Like she's literally got her ears covered. She's saying, "Mom, can you please not?" Okay. One of these days, I'll update my IGN. I don't know how to pronounce that. I've been literally anytime that I've encountered your name, I've always said Barsardalis, but I'm sorry in advance if I'm butchering it. I am not using the voice chat on Discord because one of the I think it was the the end dragon fight. I had the voice chat on, and everyone was talking at once, and I had no idea who was who. Okay. And yeah, I think I'm not actually entirely sure, but after the stream is over, the stream gets saved as a video on YouTube, and you should be able to see. For me, it's right here. That's why I keep like pointing to here. But you should be able to see what chats were coming in. Let's see. Anyone else have any questions? Because I am going to keep... Yeah, it does save as a video. Hello, Amit. Wasn't there an Amit? No. We have a lot of Iskambil this is. Oh! It's Amit. Wow. It's Amit, and then I'm like, it finally clicked in my head, it's Amit. It's going to be fun to find a region where I will be alone wanting to get people there. How much are redstone farms going to be allowed or not allowed? That is a great question. So redstone farms, the problem with redstone farms is that the way it works is a chunk stays loaded, and whatever is in that chunk, a chunk is a 16 by 16 space area on a map, right? And in that chunk, whatever redstone is active is, well, active. and you can have multiple chunks loaded at once. And these chunks, it's only when the chunks unload that the redstone in them more or less deactivate. Okay, so we had to unfortunately put a big limit on the way redstone works. Majority of you already know we have a delay in hoppers. The redstone wiring and timing is a little off. For those of you who have been playing with repeaters, know that you're not exactly delaying it by a tick or two when you're, using the delays on the repeaters. We did this so that everyone is able to have and use the server equally. This did put a lot of limits on people's farms. We're not really changing it around all that much. We're actually also starting with the slightly smaller map than we had in the old map after 1.13, because we have more live entities now by way of fish, and it's gonna really clog up the server quite a bit. There's gonna be a lot of moving things, and that's more CPU being taken up. So whatever you're familiar with the redstone now is more or less what we're transferring over. We're trying not to change that. My phone will die. That being said, there's no way for me to, let's say all of a sudden we got another like $10-15 donation added to our monthly cycle. I can't actually increase the processing power. I can increase more bandwidth, but that won't help with that. So the redstone's staying the way it is. I would not mind for one of you guys to maybe start a thread compiling the list of known redstone farms, and I'll be able to address them one by one and say this is allowed, this isn't allowed, this is allowed if you take this out, etc., etc. So I've been wanting to do that a while. It's just there's so many video on YouTube, guys, about how to make this farm and that farm. It's just I can't. I honestly cannot go through all of them. And that being said, the old rules still apply where, the hoppers that face into each other, that's still not allowed. It creates so much lag. Hoppers aren't as laggy as they used to be, but we might actually speed up the tick on it just a bit, but not by much. Nothing you guys will personally notice. Let's see. I'm looking forward to being in a more populated area, as I was in Darktide, which was semi-remote, was near Newtown. With the map being a little bit smaller than the old map was, I think you're probably going to find that you will have a lot of neighbors. I was in Village. The region was mostly populated by just me. Yeah, my personal region that's not Toki Town was also just me from start to finish. My computer is broken, says Amit. Gonna fix it tomorrow, hopefully. I hope you fix it soon, too. It's a big bummer when your computer breaks. Let's see. Do you plan on mitigating the COD problem? What is the COD problem? I may just not be aware of it. If you can explain that to me, I'll do my best to address that. Is there a way of browsing the districts to become a mayor? Everything right now is wilderness, so we will be opening up a few generic regions that'll have, again, like I said earlier in the stream, that'll have generic names. But no, not really. How small is the new map? And claim blocks limited. You will be given 200,000 claim blocks max. No, you will not be given them, but you will be able to accrue up to 200,000 claim blocks max. This allows this will allow you to claim up to an entire region and maybe something else. Either you have a build in a friend's community region. There is a lot of motoring going on outside. Like, there's no car shows around here today, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But where was I? Uh-oh. What was the question? I literally, my brain just broke. Claim blocks, right. Okay, so 200,000 will allow you to be able to have one personal region and be able to claim in another friend's community region. Maybe you want to have some claims in another. So we're allowing one region is 400 by 400. That was really inopportune. One region is 400 by 400 blocks, which means that's 160,000 blocks that it takes to claim the entire region. And we're allowing 40,000 blocks. Yeah, 40,000 blocks for you to be able to claim something else of your choice. Do note that if you claim a personal region and you don't have 160,000 claim blocks accrued, that's 1,600 hours played, then you can also request random naming. Then if you don't have at least 160,000 claim blocks, then you will be put into claim debt. Because let's say you have 1,000 claim blocks, right? After you apply for a personal region and we do the claiming for you, you're gonna be literally under what is it? I can't do my math right now. 159,000 blocks in debt, which means you will have to play 1,590 hours to be able to make up for that. Do you have the auto region open option on for population density? Yes, we do actually, but we actually haven't had a region that gets depleted of its resources. It's very rare, and we actually haven't had that happen at all. Bye, Barsardalis. It was nice to have you on stream. Is there a way to reset all of your statistics? What kind of statistics are we talking about? Like your hours played and whatnot? We actually just found a way to keep some stats, so we're gonna try to bring that over. But what stats? What stats are we talking about? Any new existing features? Exciting features, sorry. Oh, wow, I really can't read. Any new exciting features? Not too much. Yeah, I can't really think of any. We will introduce some new things like the whole personal and communal region thing. There's a lot of new rules for the seniors and juniors that is going to be put in place, but that's not, that has nothing to do with regular players. We are, I don't believe we're actually taking stables because it just, it doesn't work. um, what else? One of the bigger things is we have junior applications open, and I am not going to announce how that is done, but we are hoping this cycles through juniors a little bit more. If you put in an application and you are approved, then you have a 30-day trial of being a junior, and we kind of more or less get to see how you function as a junior, and we see if it's a good fit for you to stay as a junior permanently or maybe even get moved up to senior. But yes, applications are open. Again, I won't be announcing how you apply, but applications are open. um, we actually have a few applicants already. And if you're one of those applicants, please don't give people, don't explain to them how to apply. What does it take to become a senior or a junior? What are the criteria? Well, I had to think of a good way to answer this, don't I? A lot of people, if you look on our planet Minecraft, there's a lot of comments about how, uh, there's seniors that are just another fancy name for op. They're not opt. A lot of times they're not opt. We give them specific privileges here and there because they want to help police the server, which you gotta admit we do need. When we have less seniors and juniors actively on the server, we see more drama, more people getting into arguments with each other, more little gray areas that nobody's ever really thought of coming up. We get hackers, we get toxicity, and we want to actively work towards minimizing that as much as possible. And seniors aren't necessarily people that police the server. They usually volunteer to do it. But there are people who want to help out on the server. They have specific knowledge over things that I don't really know. Like, big shout out to Leia for doing all of the command blocks. Yeah, literally 100% of the command blocks. So when you guys get onto the new server and you experience these command blocks working in your favor, that's all Leia. So again, big shout out to her. Karma knows his inner workings of Minecraft. So, and same with Louis, and that's kind of what we get is these aren't people that are signing up because, oh, hey, I know how to kick people. No, that's not what it's about. These people have areas of expertise that they help me on, and that's where the senior thing really started from. It evolved into a bit more than that, but I wouldn't be able to say that there's a specific criteria that you need to meet in order to be able to become a senior or a junior. But again, now that we have junior applications open, this definition may change again. Let's see. The cicada thing. I'm so sorry you're making all these references and I have no idea what. Oh, actually, in reference to the COD thing, the AI pathfinding, there's no real workaround for that on our end just yet. So if you see pools, little shallow pools with, because I've had that happen while we were creating the map. We had the tiniest little pool ever. I actually have a picture of it. I wish I could show you guys, but yeah, these fish were literally just swimming into a corner, and there was like maybe 12, 13 of them in this tiny little corner that was probably about 4 blocks by 4 blocks wide. It was the craziest thing. So I guess that's the COD thing. We have no workaround for that yet, but if you guys can, on our behalf, like, swing axes and swords and whatnot at the CODs, because that does actually kill them off, that would, I'd be really appreciative of that. I would have helped out more, but school. No name drop for me. Oh well. Sergeant, you know, I feel really bad because this reset happened while you were really busy. You had told me before that you think you're going to be able to have more time. It ended up not being, but there's literally an entire, you know, unknown lifespan of this server after the reset where you can help us out. So there's that. The end situation. Well, that the lag that you saw in the end was because of the EB and like everything that was happening on the EB. I actually still need to talk to Los about it. He gets on my case because I keep pronouncing his name Los, and that's not what it is. It's Los, like Carlos. Los. Okay. But yeah, I need to have a talk with him about that because yes, I know, it's Los. Okay. He, believe it or not, except for the finishing touches on it that you guys are aware of, he made that entirely in survival when he was still a normal player like you. And then after he became a senior, he started putting in a lot of things that were necessary, like the portal. I think that was actually V, but the portal being at the Ender Blender was very necessary. And we ended up having to have like a collecting thing for the Ender Pearls, and that was also very... I need to have a talk with him about it, and his schedule and my schedule have just not worked out correctly, and I haven't seen him in months, guys. I haven't seen him in months. So I will figure it out, but we are not going to be able to access the end for a while after the map is released. This is in tradition with the old map, mainly because I want new players and old players alike to be able to set up a sort of base. In traditional vanilla Minecraft, when you're playing in single player, you're supposed to be able to kind of work your way up to the end dragon, and I feel it's kind of unfair to deprive new players of that opportunity, especially even the old players that are going into the new map fresh. Like Amit just said that they're entirely going in without using the arc at all, which is what I will be doing. You know, I'll have to take some time to build up, you know, getting some armor and weapons and this, that, and the other thing. So there's that. I want players to have more of an even ground with each other. I do realize the arc does kind of take that out of the equation, but more or less, you know, if I hold off on it, it gives other players the opportunity to meet you up here, and that's what we want, is everyone to have a fair, equal play opportunity. The end dragon fight is going to be a server-wide event. We are going to have to post a date for it, and then we're going to do it, and hopefully my computer will be working well enough for me to live stream it, and and that'll be saved forever. But the end's going to be closed off for a while, so the Nether you can access immediately, but the end will not be accessible when you get onto the new map for at least a while. There was a question by Yuri. If I needed, I could develop a COD spawning disabler plugin. I will have a look into that. That sounds interesting. If you could personally message me on the forums, that works too. Are we going to have another EB? Again, I'm gonna put that on Los because again, that was kind of his area of expertise. But that'll be after we release the end as a map. Are we planning on a server dragon fight? Yes. I swear I missed the question. When will the server open? Did it? I can't track because of my computer. The new map is not available just yet. I'm so sorry. That's actually what the server is about. I'm kind of hoping to hold people over until we get things going. I'm being really optimistic here, and I'm hoping that we can go live today. But there are some things that we need to fix with the map transfer onto the main server, and the seniors are going to have to go in and clean some things up and work on some things, and there's still a lot of things that need working on. So I'm being optimistic, and I hope that we can release it live today. But the earliest is going to be later today. The latest is going to be, worst case scenario, I'd say probably Wednesday. We're about done, guys. We really are. I'm really sorry that it went 3 weeks basically past when I said it was going to be ready, but it just a lot of problems, guys. Leia said she absolutely was driven insane. I actually was really sick. Was it last week or the week before? I don't even know anymore. I don't have track of time anymore, guys. Let's see. We are very close. If you are banned and we have said you are permanently banned, then you are permanently banned. If you were not told you're permanently banned, then you could probably write an appeal. I swear I missed a question earlier. I'm scrolling around trying to find it. I look like, that meme of the granny. That's all I see in my own computer screen. Yeah, I missed a question. If I didn't answer your question, please ask again. Did you know that on the forum, the legend for users showed that random users are administrators? Random users look like administrators. What? What is this? So, I'm colorblind. I'm colorblind, so I can't see that there's no color difference. I literally see colors by the hex data, like how saturated or desaturated it is. So, yeah, I think the regular registered users color look quite close, most likely, to the administrators. You're not lying. I'm looking, and Tances the hair. I'm so bad at names, guys, but yeah. Where do I live? Me? I live in the US. I'm on the East Coast. Yeah, I think the administrators of the board are just a little bit brighter. Yeah. Admins, yeah, I think it's a little bit brighter. I think the hex number is a little bit brighter. So, I I don't think the cam's gonna pick it up, but I'm just, oop, that literally, alright, I don't know how to cover that. But let me, this is gonna be awkward to try to show. Alright. So, yes, that's my TV, but that's my other computer on the screen right now. No, you can't see anything. Oh no, my phone just died. Oh, that's sad. You can't see what's going on. You really can't see anything. Oh my gosh. I think there's a way to. Oh yeah, I do have amazing. Okay, so I can't get my screen any darker, but this screen right now is more or less what's happening and what's delaying the entire thing. There's a lot of stuff being transferred. What's my Minecraft name? Mine? Somebody else's, yeah. Not mine. Yeah, like it's goodbye. Also, yay, I love my phone case. Thank you for liking the new forums. It cost me a pretty penny, and I like it too. I just wish the people who were giving me tech support on it would get back to me, and they're not. So I'm a little bit upset about that. All right, since we are not getting questions right now, oh, that's pretty cool. Thank you, Michi. I'm gonna go into what is happening. I am going straight into reset questions. And I'm gonna scroll up a little bit and see if there's questions that didn't get answered. Okay. Oh, that's a great question, Yuri. Wow, you are on fire with those questions. That's gonna have to be tested, actually. So the way we have sleeping set up right now is we have a plugin that forces night to change to day when half the server sleeps. But I don't think it actually registers the players as sleeping. It registers, it basically checks the server population and checks that up to half of them or more are in bed, and it forces the night into day. And I think that's what happened, which means, technically speaking, it would not override the phantoms. So the phantom thing is going to be an issue. I don't really know how we're going to deal with it. How are others, like other servers, how are they dealing with that? Bye, Karma. What is delaying the release? We ran into a lot of problems that, after we thought we handled it, was more and more and more. It just kept piling on problem. And that's technically what's delaying us, but everything else is about done. And yes, a web designer designed our web page, and It's actually a template for PHP which is the forum program that we're using on our website. Sleeping system, there is the night passes faster when more. If everyone sleeps, it skips. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. So the plugin literally just uses time set day to force the thing. We just finished a war of problems. Yes, majority of the problems are more or less resolved. We are just trying to upload that map onto the main server, which is part of the reason why it's down, by the way. What's the problem he's not replying to? It's just really basic stuff. Usernames for registered users, unless I've set a specific a hex value to their name color, will be the color of the theme, which means when you look at your username in the user bar, which right now is orange for the theme, if I don't set your color manually, it'll also be orange. So orange name on an orange background is a problem. It's a very simple go into the CSS and edit it, but I really there's about 40 something CSS files for me to go through for the styling, and I'd rather the developer go through it instead of me, because I guess we'll find out. That's something we're really gonna have to kind of figure out as the time comes. We're not going to be using sign shops. We're actually going to be using what is it? Louis, you know what it's called? The village trader thing. What is it called? Come on, Louis. Come on, Louis. Come on, Louis. I'm like waiting for the. It's basically what you're suggesting, where it creates custom villagers for everyday users, and they're going to be trading items. Shopkeepers, thank you. Yes, thank you. Hey! So we're going to be using a mix of, okay. We're going to be using a mix of essentials and shopkeepers. Hi, Leia. Okay, really nice to have all of you guys here. I'm apparently not answering anybody. Okay. Any other questions, or else is there going to be is that going to be exploitable with villager breeders though? No, because these are custom villagers and they spawn in with no AI, which means they can't be bred. You can't do anything with them. They don't have the exact same values as vanilla villagers. Why not set the theme color to dark cyan though? Then just set the title CSS to orange to ATM, like for the color problem in the forum. So if I change it to dark cyan, it will change the name to cyan. So I'd have to again. I don't really know how shopkeepers work. Users are probably going to have to still use essentials signs. We will see. We will see. Leia knows more about shopkeepers than I do, so she's kind of the. I am going to grab, because I don't feel right without. About how long until we can play? Ideally, if we're being really optimistic, then I'm hoping tonight in a few hours, but it. I'm really sorry, guys. I'd love to have more of a solid, finite, you know, data on and estimated times and all that stuff, but it's really difficult for us. We don't have a lot of experience in resetting servers because this is 1 month would be pushing it. But yeah, so hold on 1 second. I'm gonna charge my phone because phone. I promise. Astrid, I'm sorry. I'm not. No, I'm not trying to run you over. That's not what I did. There we go. Okay. Alright, so. Can you not swat at me now? Is that, like, possible? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Okay. Because I checked the forum and the title color for the CSS was from CSS and the user color is probably set by a PHP line of code. Drag and dropping an elytra is actually in the file for the dragon itself if we decide to enable that. But if we do decide to enable that, and we are going to be re-enabling mob griefing in the end, that's going to be a massive problem, which is part of the reason why we chose from the get-go not to allow the dragon to drop the elytra. Also considering the fact that we have, after we announced the reset, we had over 100 people join the forum, which means that's at least 100 people that's going to be active on the new map. If we enable the dragons to drop the elytra, it's gonna make the end really full and swarmed and just not pretty. We did have really a lot of thought go into a lot of the decisions that we've made, and I really appreciate everyone's ideas that they come to the server with. The end can end the server. It will make it really frustrating for people when they use things like the EB or if they're trying to go end raiding. Thank you, Cobb, for that answer. I hope this stream doesn't get, like, cut because I don't have any gaming content on this right now. But I could feasibly have done this with Monster Hunter World playing in the background. But it's really irrelevant. And, yeah. What is the limit of players on the server? Right now, I can actually change the limit to what I want. We kept it at, what is it? I believe 32 right now, yeah? It is at... Won't show me. I believe 38. 38. Thank you. Can you limit the time a player spends in the end to improve things? We cannot. That would be a bit unfair, especially considering that players who come into the end are actually the most active players. They're, running around back and forth in the end, and they're flying around, or they're killing the end dragon. They're the most mobile and active of any of the players on at any given time. Majority of the players that are in the overworld tend to, either because they're referencing something else or whatnot, they spend a lot of idle time just standing there. So we wouldn't want to impose that on the end because active players are what we're looking for. 38 players is our limit, and we are able to change that, but I really have no want in changing that. Will there be a resource world? Yes, there will be a resource world. And it'll be a little bit not easier going into it. You're still going to have to walk to it from the region pole to get to that portal. But for new players who are joining the server, the resource world was not as streamlined for them. They had to go walk around spawn and then go to Newtown and then go to resource world. It's not going to be like that. So we do have a little workaround for that, and I'm really happy that we got that. We came awfully close. To the player limit during the end dragon fight. As all 88 arc places are full, are you going to make the player cap larger for the first few days / weeks? No, I will not, because despite the fact that we had a big number of people, I think the most populated that we have gotten since the announcement was a little over 20 people. Yeah, I think we had like 20-something people when we were really full of people after the reset announcement. And even during the first end dragon fight on the previous map, we got close, but we never actually met it. So I don't think we're not going to see the 88 players that used up the arc are not going to log in at the same time. They're literally on opposite ends of the world from each other, and we're not going to need to see the player limit increased or decreased or whatnot. Can we have day-night cycle in the resource world? There is a day-night cycle in the resource world. It's just incredibly slow, and that's going to be on Cobb because I don't know what he did. Sorry, Cobb. I don't mean to throw you under the bus there, but yeah, there is a day-night cycle in the resource world. I don't know if in the Arc world, but there is one in the resource world, and it is just incredibly slow compared to the overworld. Yuri, seriously though, you are on fire with these questions. Let's see, going back over to, is it questions? Let me just relink this real quick. Copy link. Did I have it in the announcements? No, I didn't. My bad. All right. It was in permanent dusk. Really? I feel like we had nighttime. Alright, how did BlockHermit come about? BlockHermit... Let me try not to break my own rule. It doesn't exist anymore, but I believe a new one popped up in its place. how long ago has it been now? 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I played on a server craft, and it basically was how BlockHermit was. It had grief prevention and population density. Um, I actually had started playing there when the server owner had kind of given up on it. So I had been there literally right after he was like, okay, well, I stopped paying for it. And I didn't know that because it's not like he made any announcement or anything like that. And that server is where I met the Block Mage, who went by a different name because he was sharing an account with a friend back then. And it's the first time I had played on a server where I didn't need to apply to be on that server. There was no, going through a whitelist and getting whitelisted. But because of the grief prevention plugin, it allowed me to be able to, more or less do my own thing. And for the people that don't know, I actually have really bad social anxiety. It's why you don't see me on voice chat a lot. This right now, it's a little difficult for me, but I'm doing quite well today. But yeah, I have really bad social anxiety. I don't like reaching out to people to get things done. And when that server went down, I wanted to create a server where I could be a hermit. And it's around this time, a little over 5 years ago, that I kind of came to know Hermitcraft. And the basis of Hermitcraft was what I wanted, which was all these players who are amazing builders. They don't actually work together, but they can if they want to. But they don't actually. They're hermits. One lives all the way over there, one lives all the way over there. And I one of the things I liked about Playercraft was that I kind of turned that server, or that piece of that server where I was living at on that map, I turned it into my own place. And I wanted to be able to share that experience and give it to players, which is how BlockHermit came about. Initially, the server was chaos. We had no spawn, no rules, no anything. The spawn in the first map was actually by a desert at the beach. So nobody had access to trees, nobody had access to anything. So I was so excited to start playing, but I'm in creative mode in the air, literally throwing out saplings to people because they had no trees that they could access. And everyone was like dying of starvation because, again, no food. It's a desert. Like, this was 1.5, so I'm like just throwing apples, throwing food, throwing slings so that people could plant their own things. And I had logged off for the day. I came back on and it was an entirely different server. Oh my goodness, I really wish some of you guys could have been around back then. It was just let's see. Can I put a list of new plugins on the forum? So we don't generally like going public with our plugins. If you do a little bit of digging around, our plugin list is compiled on another website, and I kind of can't stop you from Googling us. So if you want a list of plugins that we have, I won't be supplying them to you, but you are free to go look for it on your own. Let's see. I did throw chicken and rabbits on you. I really like, that's one of the things that I'm kind of sad about, is that as our server became a bit more popular, I've had to kind of go into hiding more and more. even now, if I log on, the first thing is everyone goes, "Hey, look at my build. Hey, look at my build. Hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that." All these things that you can ask on the forum, but you choose instead not to ask on the forum, get frustrated, and then I make an appearance and I get bombarded with questions. And I love your builds, guys. I really, really do. I'm not even kidding. I love all of your builds. And I really do want to go see them. But if I make an appearance, it's because I want to play. I want to build something. But it's not fair for me to go visit player A's build and not go visit player B's build. So on the time that I spend to play, I don't visit anyone's builds and I don't help anyone out. And it makes me feel really crummy because I want to help you guys out. But I can't be torn every which way. And this is not just true of me, it's true of all the seniors. That's why you guys see less and less seniors as time goes on, because it's really burdensome. It's really, really stressful. It's actually way more stressful to handle that than it is to build this new map. I don't want to use an alt because if there's some sort of issue or emergency, then I can literally just switch right out, But if I have an alt account, I don't know. Yeah, that's also true. What Leia said is very true. What is my opinion on Hermitcraft's vanilla tweaks? Would you consider adding custom heads and or being able to re-dye glass/clay? The re-dyeing actually sounds really cool. It would put a little more value on dyes, I feel like. So that's a great suggestion. If you put that in the forums, the rest of the seniors and juniors are going to be able to mull it over. Multiple admins, one from each time zone to help the community better. So that's part of the reason why we have the junior applications open. Right now, we have one player from Malaysia. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hi. We have one Malaysian junior, and the majority of us are actually like very exclusively in Europe, or like I think East Coast of the US. So there's that. But hopefully once we get the junior applications rolling and we have more juniors, we'll be able to police the server a little bit better on the times that we're not around. I do already look like I appeared from nowhere. People get really confused because sometimes I'll just like immediately start talking and then they're like, "Oh, hey, who are you? We're not on the mod list. What is going on?" Maple syrup is delicious. I love putting it on my mashed sweet potatoes. That's what you use, guys. A sprinkle of cinnamon and a little bit of maple syrup. Eat yourself. Oh, yes. Sorry. Not eat yourself. Any clues about the junior app? It's on the forums. I'm really sorry. One of the things that I do have to tell you guys, though, is if you're not an active player, you can't be a junior, so please be active. That's one of the main things we're looking for, is we need help from players who are active. Like Leia, I feel like if you take all of the amazing things about her out, she still has the most hours spent on the server, and I'd have considered her just for that. But on top of all those hours, she's just amazing in everything, which explains why she's like admin status on a whole bunch of other places too. But yeah, so being active really helps. I don't recommend drinking maple syrup straight. That's actually not good for you. There are non-active seniors, and here's the thing: when I initially put seniors up to being seniors, it's because they were very active at the time. And because I chose them personally out of the crowd myself, I handpicked everybody, guys. One that's a senior right now, I handpicked them. I very personally handpicked them because I saw that they were online often. I saw that they were very active, and because of that, they have like a special place in my heart, and I just don't have the heart to demote them. So that's part of the reason why there's inactive seniors. They were active when they were seniors. I just, they got burnt out, became inactive eventually, and I just left them be. Let's see. Just drink it out of the can. Do you like bubble tea? Yes, I have an obsession with bubble tea. I am actually, in the next 5 years, I am going to be opening up a cafe and I will be serving bubble tea. So I do love bubble tea. Hello, Eloy Pod. Where on the forums do you apply for junior? Like I said earlier in the stream, if you missed it because you just joined, that's fine, but I will not be disclosing how to apply for junior. If I tell you where it is on the forums, then I'm literally telling you how to apply for a junior. So I'm not going to be doing that. You're going to have to find it yourself. One of the things that I like about the junior candidates is that they have a curiosity, and we try to make the server kind of self-serve, and these are the players that get the most out of the server on their own. They know about the rules, they know about the website, they know about the voting without me having to tell it to them because they decided to go exploring on their own. So that's part of the kind of trait we sort of look for. So, that's part of the qualifier that you found on, that you've passed, so to speak, if we see you on the application list, because it means that you found it on your own. Just so you know, Cicada was an internet thing where people are given clues, and it's a rabbit trail of puzzles. I gave lots of clues. I really did. So do you guys remember when I had the sort of scavenger hunt with the Elytra shop, and I told people, don't tell other people where they are? When I personally gave the clues, I gave really obvious clues. Really, really obvious. And we had 2 players actually, and they were so upset with me because I wasn't giving them ample amount of clues. I basically gave them the exact location. The only thing I would have, that would have made that more obvious is if I typed out the coordinates. Like, that was goodness. So, by the way, age is not a factor. I do prefer having more mature juniors, but I don't want to be biased. I think it's a great way for the younger players to be able to get an experience in what it's like managing. I think that's a very important experience to have. So I will not be putting your age as a factor. Also, side note, even if you haven't told us your age, your behavior on the server, should I say, kind of alludes as to how you are. So, so there's that. But yes, your age will not be a factor. Is there a seed for the new map, or is it random? We have gone through so many different seeds. Well, Cobb actually went through so many different seeds, and he gave me, how many was that, Cobb? 6, 7 seeds that, anyway. But yeah, so 6 or 7 seeds, something like that, maybe even 8, and we had to go through all of those and choose one that would be most appropriate. We had to look for one with 8. Okay, we had to look for one with a min. We had to, especially because 1.13 is the aquatic update. We wanted one with a lot of water. So little known fact, our first map was so aquatic that like, if we could somehow have the first map without its, like, buggy seed, you know what I mean? Like, that would have been amazing, because that first map was the perfect amount of water in that map. He looked through over 2,000 seeds. Okay, that's a little, wow. Thank you for saving me from having to do that. I feel, wow. Yeah. What was buggy? That, oh, you mean what caused the delay? I don't understand the question exactly. Like, what is that question? What was buggy with the first seed? So going from 1.6 to 1.7, or was it 1.7 to 1.8, they changed the way biomes are programmed and generated. So that meant that the biomes would no longer generate correctly, and it so if I try to regenerate a specific build or area, it would literally be something else. So the biome is like savanna, right? And then if I regenerate it, it'll literally regenerate a chunk of ocean or something, because that's the way the biomes generate with that seed, starting from 1.8 or whatever it was onward. Good night, Sarge. No, you're not looking for a board to post to. Let's see. To answer Scratchy the cat, oh, how will juniors be chosen? Let's do, I will not be dabbing. I will absolutely not be dabbing. How will juniors be chosen? So see the list of people that have applied, and basically we're gonna talk between seniors and discuss, would they be appropriate to be a junior. So your reputation with us plays a really big role. It has nothing to do with your popularity. So there's that. Yeah, it has nothing to do with your popularity, guys. Your reputation has been built with pun. We do not have a game server part of the forums right now. I will add you when such a thing exists. Yeah, I think Karma is the first junior that I didn't personally handpick. Also, going forward, we will no longer be in hiding. No juniors or seniors are going to be secret juniors or seniors. So sorry in advance. I just don't see it as lucrative anymore. Who was the first hand-picked junior? Richley. Richley was. Let's see. Could we get a progress update on the reset? Right now, we are wiping and deleting the main server so that we can make room for the new map to be placed into it. That's a lot of files. Let's see. According to this, it is... it's actually not that much. It's 7 gigs? 7 gigs? Is that right of me, Cog? It's about 7.2 or 7.3 gigs. Welcome to the stream midnight. So yeah, we're trying to wipe 7.3 gigs off of a shared network on our FTP server. I mean, we have a word for this in Korean. It sounds just like the country, but it's Yemin, and it means kind of yes, kind of no. Like people kind of knew he was a senior, but they weren't sure. Let's see. So after we wipe the main server, we have to put in the new map, work the configurations for it, and then the seniors and juniors have to go in and clean up. And then we're going to have to test run it real quick. And then we can... It is being done in big scales, but it is done in batches. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I'm just basically trying to bide time. Again, if we're being really optimistic, it'll be released today, but I personally don't see that happening. The latest that I think it would happen is Wednesday, but I'm really trying to kind of focus on getting everything released over a weekend, whether it's this weekend or next. But I kind of don't feel we're going to need more than tonight and tomorrow. So you should probably sleep because it's going to be quite a while yet. I mean, after we're done wiping the main server, we're still going to have to upload the correct maps, so yeah, so it's still going to be quite a while. For those of you In Europe, it's about 7-ish, I think. That's the UK, but you know, you guys that are further east past that, it's probably going to be a little too late for you to experience the server. So yeah, if you're in India, it's probably better for you to just go to sleep, so that you know, you're awake when the reset happens. You don't. It's gonna be so much. You know, I don't think you would want to be tired during that. Ah, I mean, I have to sleep too. You know, I have to. I have to sleep too. So it's really dependent on that as well. I am not going to be here after 5 p.m. my time, which is in 3 hours, because I have family things to take care of. But I'm trying to get done what I need to get done as soon as possible, guys. I really do mean it. We're like, it's not just me here. Cobb's also doing FTP file transfers. I'm getting really extra fidgety. I'm so fidgety right now. I am so fidgety. Don't meow at me. Don't. Why are... Yeah, so does anyone have Electron Builder? Isn't... What time zone? Last question about junior application. Can we access it now that we are not registered yet? I don't actually know if you can. If I don't, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Your account has to be activated, and you're not activated right now, so I apologize in advance for that. But I don't know if as an unactivated user that you're going to be able to apply. So, that would be unfair to everybody for me to answer that question here, Midnight. So I will bring your question. All right, so let's keep going with the reset questions. Anyone else have any reset questions? Just to repeat myself, thank you to Wout for making that teaser video. That was an amazing video. My favorite game after Minecraft that I'm actively playing right now would be Monster Hunter World. If you look on my main YouTube channel, like that's the last, like, I think like 5 or 6 videos has been of Monster Hunter. But my favorite game of all time is a PlayStation 1 game called Genso Suikoden, and it's the second one. I liked the first one, but I didn't like it as much as the second, and I haven't played 3 through 5, so there's that. Let's see. Can I answer in forums DM? No, I will not be letting you know whether you're eligible or not. You apply or you don't. And after you apply, if you see that you're a junior, then you're a junior. How to know if you are activated? If you're not activated, you're not going to be able to post anywhere. That's how you know. Will I be playing more now that the server reset? Yes. However, it's going to be difficult because I assume so many people are going to try and talk to me, which is fine, but I really want to play. Like, I made the server so that I can play, guys. I want to play. I want to build. I want to gather resources. I want to play. Jack and Daxter, I've played. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. No, I'm thinking Ratchet and Clank. Anyway, I just want to say thank you to everyone here for being so accepting and kind. It's helped me feel like part of a community. Thanks to the seniors for dealing with all of our shenanigans. Maybe I could play hidden. So the problem with being invisible is that I'm invisible to the mobs too. And that's not fair. Part of the thrill in Minecraft survival is that these mobs can kill you, and they do not target you when you're invisible, which means that I'm essentially playing in creative, more or less, or no. I'm playing in, what is that mode called? Peaceful, right? In peaceful difficulty. And I don't want to play in peaceful difficulty. That's why I do have mobs enabled on the server, you know? So I don't want to play invisible. Do previous infractions immediately disqualify, or are there special cases? That's going to be dependent on the discussions that we have within the senior and junior circle. So I really wouldn't be able to answer that truthfully, because then I'd have to speak on behalf of all the seniors. I'm really sorry. I'm really fidgety. I can't get comfortable. God mode, let's not put me in God mode. I should be able to die like the rest of you. Would lag be an issue on the new server? Yes, lag will be a big issue on the new server because the aquatic update is very, very laggy as it is. Like, even if you play it on vanilla, you may notice it's a little laggy. I mean, not vanilla. If you play on single player, you'll notice it's actually still a little laggy. It's gonna be like that. Okay. Have fun in Fortnite. The difficulty will stay normal. Yes, it will not be hard. Opinions on alt accounts. I could tell you are Tiberos. Tiberos? I don't know. I always called you Tiberos. But yes, I could tell you are because your profile picture is the same. And my opinion on alt accounts is we don't really want you to use alt accounts. Because it's... So do you know the meme, "This is why we can't have nice things"? It's why we can't really do alt accounts on the server. We had a player, when we were allowing alt accounts, we had a player that would park his account at Aquarium, park an account at Gold Farm, and park another account at, his own farm, and park another account. Like, he had like 5 or 6 accounts, guys, and he'd literally just keep them AFKing, and he had, I guess, macros that let the character run around or whatever, so he'd bypass our AFK, right? And he'd just sit there. And actually, this is the same exact player that ended up forcing us to put the anti-AFK plugin, for those of you that remember. It would drain your hunger, and the idea behind that was if you're hungry for fishing, then you're not going to be able to stay in that place. I've even like killed that player, but he'd keep doing it. And so unfortunately, because of that player, we are not able to AFK fish. We are not able to do alt accounts. It's that player's gone now. However, he wasn't the only player to do that. He was just on an extreme scale. So unfortunately, that's why. Fish farms for 1.13, I am going to have to look through. And yes, that player is banned because he did a lot more than just his alt thing. If there was any way to exploit something, he was doing it. He was doing it. And then after he got banned, and I don't know, he had all the alt accounts in the world. And we have proxies disabled, so it's difficult to log on to our server if you're using a hacked client, like the ones that, you know, refresh usernames and whatnot. You kind of can't. That goes on proxies, and our server just doesn't allow you to connect if you're bypassing proxies. Tridents are extremely rare. Any easier way to get them? No. How do you pronounce Toki? Hayatoki. And what, if any, meaning does it have? Hayan means white. And Toki means rabbit. So it's always been kind of like something I giggled at in the back of my head, that when everybody calls me Hayan, they're basically calling me Whitey. It's Korean. It's Korean for white rabbit. So it's like if my name was White Rabbit and everyone's sitting there being like, hey, White, hey, White, hey, White. Let's see. Yeah, so everyone's literally sitting there being like, oh, hey, White. Tokyo Ghoul reference. No, I think Tokyo Ghoul is Japanese, I'd assume, from there being Tokyo in the title. Can we call Tokyo Town Rabbit Town now? There's no Tokyo Town in the next map. There's going to be, you know, North Town, East Town, and South Town, but there's no Tokyo Town. Hax, that is a really good question. Why are my friends in Singapore obsessed over K-dramas? I don't know. I would love to know that. I would actually really, really like to know that, because like army, like, oh, I'm army. Like what is that? Don't explain it to me. I don't want to know. You can tag. I'm actually going to lose my mind looking for this silly thing. Maybe, but try to keep it together. Actually, my character in Monster Hunter, I have a Japanese character in my Monster Hunter game, and her name is Shiroi Usagi. So that's rabbit in Japanese. What is the new town going to be called, and will it be similar? So in the teaser, if you saw the teaser that WoW posted, it's in the announcement, hashtag announcement in Discord. There is a big city that is shown, and that is going to be Central City, like it was outlined in the email that was sent to everyone on the old forums, right? When we announced the reset, it's Central City, and since Central City is too many characters to fit on a region name, it is Central. Newtown is Newtown. is New Town. Old Town is Old Town, like it was Old Town. So there's going to be a few familiar things when you guys log on to the new map. What's that orange magic? What happened to West Town? What happened to West Town? Good question. It's Market. Does that mean all of the juniors have lost their mind? I'm not prepared to answer that. Will junior apps be open after the reset? Or is the only chance, if they are, will they be open indefinitely? They are open as of right now. The idea is if you apply now, it's going to be for the new map. And we are hoping that if it works well, that we keep it indefinitely. Can we have server games like Tag in Hermitcraft Season 6? That is up to you. I am not against those games. I do not recommend you try to tag any seniors, though, because we are kind of in and out quite often. But yes, feel free to have games like Tag going, but you know, you're gonna have to be the rule keeper and the one that manages that kind of game. Ancient Town is Old Town. The first person to get diamonds advancement gets 16 or more diamonds. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? What happened to that garden in the middle of the ocean? What happened to that region? Leia ate it. Where do we apply to be juniors? That is something I will not say. As part of the qualifying trait that we look for in juniors is curiosity, and we want you to be explorative. So that is something we want you to find on your own. When do you think it'll be open to the public? The new map, if we're being super optimistic, guys, super optimistic, then we are looking at hopefully tonight, but I don't want it to go past this weekend. I'm really hardcore aiming for tomorrow at the latest. But if more things come up, unfortunately, we're going to have to delay it yet again. But I will not be delaying it until the next weekend. I really wanted the release to be on a weekend, but which is why we're really crunching right now, guys. We're really crunching right now. We're really trying. Really trying. Like really hard, guys. We're really trying to have the map released as soon as possible. Whether it's Minecraft or Discord, don't tag senior. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, don't tag us. Don't tag us. Seriously, tag us. Last app's question, rate 1 through 5, not in plain sight. How not in plain sight are the app? It's in extra plain sight. Being here for 2 hours, I feel the same questions coming in. Yeah, some people have only joined just now, so that would do it. Please do not give hints, because then you're kind of ruining it for everybody. So if we were using villagers to do trading / player shops, does that mean that money is no longer a thing? No, we will still have essential signs, and it works kind of like the old sign shops, except the signs themselves are going to be chests. So we are still going to be keeping Rhines. We want to keep it mainly because we wanted to give players the ability to sell things that they have in their inventory that's an excess. Like, you know, when you go mining, you have an inventory full of cobble, you can just do backslash sell cobblestone. It'll sell all the cobblestone out of your inventory. And we found that to be very useful. And it's proactive on the server because then it's less items that people are just dropping around while they're mining so that they can make a little extra money, which helped them in the long run, right? And it helped the server because it decreased the lags from dropped items. We do not use plugins like Clear Lag to destroy dropped items on the ground because let's say we had the interval set at 5 minutes. If you died on the 4th minute, you have less than a minute to go grab your items. And especially in a world like BlockHermit, your home could be somewhere in Orion, and you died somewhere out in like Newtown or something like that. You'd have to do all of that back, or you'd have to go into the it's so we don't use things like that, which is why we will get build up lag from people dropping items. And using things like essentials /sell command, we really diminished that a lot, especially on those ender pearls, because Lord knows there was a ridiculous amount of excess of ender pearls, and people made pretty good money. I think in about 15 minutes, I was able to make probably close to 2,000 rides. So it's not chump change, though. I guess when you compare it to buying an Elytra, it's chump change. Let's see. Scrolling up a little. What is the new money system like? Exactly the same. It's still Rhines, and the only thing that's really changing is, or are, the shops. Is it similar to Hermitcraft in a way? Not really. Are we going to have a temporary period where diamond and emeralds and stuff sell for the same as we bought them for, so we keep balances? Or are we going to lose a little bit of money from this transfer? Ooh, that's a good question. So one of the things, not so much for emeralds, but diamonds have always been a consistent factor on the server. We keep the same prices from early on until now. So yes, they will have the same buy price. The sell price we are going to make equal, because I assume anyway that when we use the village trading, diamonds and emeralds are going to be a factor. But yeah, we wanted you to be able to switch your currency out for hard currency, like not hard currency like real life money hard currency, but hard currency like Minecraft item hard currency. So yes, diamonds will have the same buy and sell value. Why not implement like Tombstone to keep your items for a while? No, that's not quite lucrative for the server. Are region polls still a thing, or did Lamp eat them all? Region polls are an essential part of the server, so yes, we do still have region polls. Do I like dolphins? I love dolphins. Will we be increasing the items that we can sell, like veg and other items that we couldn't sell before? Huh? Why is the currency called rhymes? So I like hard consonants that get paired with the letter H. Like my character name on other games, for example, is Kirva. It's not a curse word. But yeah, so that's KHYRVA. I don't know. I like it. Plugin maker did not call it Rhymes. Diamonds are gold. For your information, I'm Floki. Hello, Floki. Welcome to the stream. As I say welcome like 10 minutes after you've joined in. Will there be new vote rewards or rewards for certain amount of hours played? I am interested in changing up the rewards. So if you're willing to create a discussion about that on the forum, I'd really appreciate it, because yes, I would like to have different or better rewards. And again, making sure that it's not overpowered is a big factor. We are able to do things like give specific rewards to people who have voted however many days consecutively, etc., etc. So there's that. Feel free to suggest in the forum. Good night, hacks. You couldn't sell carrots before. Will we be able to now? Actually, you were able to sell sand. We put that back in. A lot of people missed that after we put that back in. But items like carrots, I don't really want to. One of the things that we wanted with the economy is to encourage player-to-player trading. If you sell your goods to the server because the server has a good price for it, then you're not really going to sell to other players. It's part of why, when you sell to the server, the prices are like the server just doesn't pay you well. And it's part of the reason why when you buy from the server, the items that we sold you were expensive. This encouraged players to put more fair prices, so to speak. Let's see. Reset progress update. We are still deleting the contents of the main server over FTP so that we can upload the map. That is an arduously long process. So that's where we're at. What's the difference between juniors and seniors? Are juniors less powerful than seniors, or are they based off the time that they've been in power? That is a good question. So seniors were handpicked by me, and they were given a lot of privileges, and they're basically given the ability to really kind of change the server around. Meaning if they feel, the website needs to be turned blue, then they have the ability to do that. Likewise, same thing on the server. They have information or knowledge about things that I don't, which is why I handpicked out seniors. But then we started getting people that were relatively knowledgeable, and we'd consistently ask for their help in this, that, and the other thing. Richley being a great example. He was my guinea pig, and Karma was Leia's guinea pig. But yeah, so then we introduced a system of juniors who don't have the same privileges that a senior has, but a little more in the ability to contribute. They have access to the senior part of the forums, for example, where they're able to contribute a bit more ideas. So that's really the only difference. But the seniors are less the policing of the server. The juniors ended up becoming the people that kind of police the server. So that is a big difference that we have between seniors and juniors. Let's see. How long has BlockHermit been a thing? We have been around since May 2013. So we are about 5 years and 4 months old. Yeah, 2013. That's correct. Would you consider a gaming district like Market, but strictly for mini games? We actually had a gaming region and it just didn't go over so well. So I don't think I'll be doing that again. But you as a player are more than welcome to, like Floki. He plans on making a gaming area in Pass, but smaller than a gaming district. Also, everything is getting deleted. So if I get my Wi-Fi, I can't get back on until the reset. Yes, the server is down. It is actually literally just down. So will I be adding more seniors? I don't know. I actually don't know. Can you... Oh no. Okay, I'm good. Let's see. Yeah. So in the first map, when BlockHermit first came out, I had disabled PvP entirely, and people really wanted PvP. So we got a plugin that allowed us to do PvP in very specific areas, which allowed us to create an arena. The arena in the 1.12 map is actually a carryover of the arena that we had in the first map. And that's where players were allowed to PvP. But overall, I didn't feel it was right to take up an entire region with just one arena, so I allowed players to create their own games around the sides of it, but it didn't really go as planned. I'm sorry, but your armor and stuff in your inventory are gone. Like, everything on the server is gone. And I really hate being, like, everybody always says this is sass, right? I'm not trying to be sassy, but we wanted you to ideal everything in the Ark and be ready for the reset, like, 2 weeks ago. So, I'm really sorry that you've lost all your stuff, but yeah, 3 weeks, yeah, basically. So I'm very sorry to hear that you lost all your stuff, but in-game items are renewable, so hopefully you'll be able to get all that stuff basically back, by playing and all that. More questions, keep them coming. You guys get on a roll with the questions, and then you guys kind of die out, and then... Alright, I see here... Okay, no. So I'm just gonna reconnect here to the main server. Abort connection, reconnect. I don't think we're able to bring stables over to the new map because the plugin just doesn't work. How was BlockHermit's name chosen? So around the time that I wanted to make my own server is when I really got into Hermitcraft. And I knew I wanted the name Hermit in there, but obviously I can't call us Hermitcraft because Hermitcraft's a thing. But what else sounds like Minecraft? I can't call it Mine Hermit. It just doesn't... It doesn't sound good coming out of your mouth. Mine Hermit. What else sounds? Hermit... Hermit Mine, Hermit Block, and then I'm thinking, oh, blocks. Hermit Block sounds wrong. BlockHermit sounds better, and thus I landed on the name. What Monday was that? It was the 3rd, right? I believe it was the 3rd. On the 3rd of September, we sent out an email to everybody, and everybody, kind of got the idea, and they were, you know what, not even on that Monday. It was actually the Saturday before that Monday. We had sent out an email, and everybody knew, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then Monday or Tuesday came along, and we had said that we're trying to get that reset to happen that Saturday. So as it was, you started out kind of understanding that you needed to get all this ARC transferring done ASAP. Anyone who was able to get an ARC past that Saturday kind of got lucky, but they had no idea, like, if it would be delayed or if, as they're doing it, the map's going to reset or whatever. So that's why majority of the people who got ARC spots after had to quickly transfer. So we are most certainly weeks past that. I am still fidgeting. Can you not? I know. But why though? Hold on a second, guys. I know. I know. There you go. She's so unamused. Are you still sleeping? Are you? Oh, I know, baby. There you go. Ow! 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 That was painful. Will there be another line? I don't know. I hadn't even thought about that. That's really a good thing. Good question there. Ooh. Don't headbutt me. Don't headbutt me. I love you, but don't headbutt. Alright, okay. Do I listen to any podcasts? No. I actually have I really have a really low attention rate, so no, I don't do podcasts. Yeah, it should be freeloaders. Good night. Have a nice sleep. Can you seriously though, cat? You're okay. Alright, so I'm still answering questions. Thank you for the thumbs up. Can I upload? Somebody said something about me being a fast typer. I believe my speed for typing is 110 to 120 words per minute. So, ooh, ew. Oh, that was so gross. It's gross. Incredibly gross. Ah. Add whatever you want, Tid. is there going to be a resource world sign on the region poles, or did that not work? I swear to God, if you scratch me again. Yeah, we can actually add that. That won't be a problem. Shoot. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, that sneeze was like pent up for like basically like an hour. Oh goodness. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Uh. Can I help you? Okay. All right. Get those questions out. Rolling in. Okay. I am accepting of more questions. Thank you. Oh, Astrid, please. This looks really awkward. What is my favorite type of cheese? I really like brie cheese. Brie cheese is my favorite type of cheese. Ah, okay, here. Oh. It's really nasty. What did you eat? You're gonna fall. You so she's burping in my face and it smells like a can of tuna fish. That's 2 weeks old. It's not necessary to write an application now. And still considering making my region personal, then pulling out subclaims to members. This way I can evict my own members. Yeah, you can most certainly do that. You can definitely do that. Who is my least favorite Hermitcraft YouTuber? You know, I don't actually have one. I'm not up to date with Hermitcraft. The only hermits that I really follow are probably Grian, probably Grian, Mumbo, for obvious reasons, right? Ow, please. And that's really about it. Ow! Would I ever do cooking videos? The stuff you post always looks amazing. No. I really appreciate that you think they look so good, but I'm kind of a one-trick pony. I'm a one-trick pony, and ow, ow. Goodbye. Goodbye, okay? That really hurt. Like, you're right there. Why couldn't you just walk instead of having to dig your nails into me first? If there's stream lag, I apologize. Let's see. Who's my favorite would be Grian. Rough neighborhood? Yeah. They are, what is gentrifying this area, but this area used to be a really big drug dealing neighborhood. When I told some of my friends that I'm moving here, they got really worried for me. They're like, "Oh my God, you're gonna get shot. You're gonna die." No, I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna get shot. They're gentrifying it, and I'm like right at the border between the gentrified area and for lack of a better term, the ghettos. It's funny, actually. We came home last night after going out for dinner, and there was a drug trade, like a massive drug trade happening, like right around the corner from my house, and it's just like this big SUV and like 6 or 7 guys around the truck, and there's like all these baggies on top of it. Like anyone passing by could see that. I couldn't believe they were doing it out in the open like that. That was crazy. Is the junior apps thing going to happen? Junior apps thing did happen. I'm not sure what your question is. The animal transfer doesn't go right. Can the animal type... I just lost everything. Animal types we had on the Ark be spawned in for us, or do we have to get new ones ourselves? The issue with that is we have no record of what animals you have put into the Ark. So there's no way for us to be able to take you at your word for it if you say, oh, well, I had a horse and it could jump this high and it had this many health, because then everyone could say I have that was blah, 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 blah. So that's, we're going to have to figure that out between the seniors and juniors. How did people create threads on the new forums if we can't register yet? The registration, or rather the activation, is down right now because we are unable to verify your IP via the server itself, with the server being down. But people who have activated and were awaiting, people who have registered and were awaiting activation before the server went down today, I was able to check their cross-reference their IPs for the forum account with the Minecraft account via our server, so we were able to activate them. Sounds like someone is robbing a bank. Luckily, there's actually not even one bank in my town. I don't know how that works, but yeah. Am I happy Astrid left? Yes. She is eating her paw. I support you so much. Can I get a shout out? Sure. Hello, Fortnite Avenue. Okay. Toki, you mean Giarian? No, for me, he's gonna be forever Grian. Kind of like how Los is always gonna be Loss. Are you able to open the GS, or are they both involved in the transfer? They are unfortunately both involved in the transfer, yes. Can you shout me, marry you? No. Okay. Will there be a public mushroom island? You know, I was so busy focusing on Central that I have actually no idea what's around. I know there's a mansion and there's a lot of Guardian temples, but I don't know too much about the Mushroom Island. The only way to know the owner is the name of the stable in the Ark. Also, I took screenshots of my lol. Oh, that works out for you. Gotta go eat. Gotta go to the mall. Next Wednesday is my birthday. Happy birthday in advance. Just meant if the ownership doesn't switch over to the new map I'm Tuesday. Do I play the game? Everybody plays the game. Senpai dabbed for me, so that works for whoever it was that asked me to dab. Animal ownership will not be saved after the reset. We will be able to reassign an owner. Girarian. How large is the new map? The map is It's smaller than the current 1.12 map. All right, so that just got me caught up. Yay. Cobb, I need you to let me know what I can upload. I'm gonna say it right here. Let's is this refresh? Yeah, I need you to yeah, tell me. So one of the I'm actually gonna link you guys a thingy if no, that's okay, sure. Regions. Now that the old region is more or less kind of gone, right? Since we're deleting all that, I am going to show you guys a read-only version of this. If it'll load. Advanced. No, that's not what I want. Let's see. View, file. Okay, so I should be able to do it with this, I believe. Any day now. Any day now. Copy link. All right, so I'm going to put in a URL into Discord in general chat. I think that'll do it. And that'll give you an idea of how big our old map was. So many, like that is literally all the regions, guys, on there. Let's see. Can I go straight to kill the drag? I don't know what that. No. The end dragon has always been from the first map, second map. It's always a server-wide event. The end portal will not be accessible to anybody. The end in general will not be accessible to anybody until after a while, so that some of the new players and some of the old players who are starting entirely fresh are able to catch up. Okay, can we get a sort of bar countdown? Because of the fact that we ourselves don't really know where we're at, that's a little difficult. Okay, I can upload the new. Are you sure? Okay, uploading now. All right, so okay. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Wow, there's a lot of people viewing it right now. But yeah, so I had to manually go from region to region to region to region to region. All of those regions are manually mapped. I manually went and visited each of those regions. The yellow is to signify that there's somebody that's currently actively building there, and the red is to signify that it is old and the person that was originally building there doesn't seem to have been back. I believe the color is blue. The blue ones are all admin regions, and the white ones are regions that I hadn't updated in being occupied. And I did that. It's the link is in Discord general chat. I don't want to upload it to. I don't want to share it. Share the link on YouTube because well, like literally anybody can see this video after we're done streaming, so that's why I didn't do that there. But yes, so it's actually not up to date because I haven't been able to keep up with updating the regions. Like literally each, probably about 3 rows take me a day to complete, so I haven't been able to do that in probably a little over a month. In fact, some of the names actually might be wrong as well. Yeah. So I'm going to make this map again for the new world, but as before, it will be an administrative thing. And yeah, so it's actually probably even older than that because Project Red has not been Project Red for a long time. And that's still uploading. I have 110 files to upload, and then will come time for seniors to go and actively try to do things. I am really fidgeting. I'm also starving, guys. I haven't eaten since 9 a.m. and it's 3 p.m. Region vouchers that were purchased after January 1st, 2018 are not 110, 400, 410. I will not be eating just yet. Okay, so I can see where the delay is. I can see the chat delay now. But let's see. Yeah, your region voucher that you purchased, if your region voucher has been purchased after January 1st, 2018, I will be redistributing them out. So I could have been greedy and said, you guys need to pay for your vouchers again, but I really want you guys to be able to have everything. So if your voucher was purchased in 2018, I will be giving them back to you so that you're able to use it again to name a region of your choice. Please be careful in picking out the region though, because I'm gonna be cutting back on letting you reuse your vouchers. Estimate on how long until we will be able to join. I have no estimate. I'm being optimistic and hoping that we can do this tonight, but that may not be possible. By tonight, by the way, I mean it's 3:20 p.m. for me right now, so to give you an idea of where tonight is. And I'm kind of an old fogey, so I will be going to bed at about 9 p.m. I have really low blood sugar, and it goes from, oh, I'm wobbly, to, oh my gosh, please help me, everything's black, kind of. Yeah, So I have a chronic illness called fibromyalgia, so I kind of know how that feels. Not to the effect of low blood sugar, but if I don't know, my fibro kind of makes me feel anemic. So there's yeah. I will end up having to check the logs to see if your voucher had been redeemed, as I have literally every last purchase ever made on Buycraft from its initiation until now. So I'm gonna see if your voucher was ever redeemed. So if it's older than 2018, then no, you cannot use it. If it's newer than 2018, either way, your voucher is expired. I'm going to be giving you a new voucher if it's if it was purchased in 2018. I don't know why my explanation had to be that long. I'm sorry. Okay, everyone get a nap. It's gonna be a long night. I can't stay up. I got church tomorrow. Understandable. Yeah. So, I'm at about 350 files now. That's 350. It's you guys have no idea. I'm gonna be so glad when all this is done. Can you please don't leave it alone? Leave it alone. If you've used the voucher, it's reusable, kind of. We log all the transactions, so basically, whatever voucher you had on the old map, they're gone. If you let's say purchased a voucher that got redeemed, and you purchased another voucher and you didn't redeem that, those are both no longer valid. If both of those have been purchased in 2018, then in the new map, I will be granting you back 2 vouchers, if I'm making any sense here. 350 files of over 700 files. 410 is when I told you at that point what the progress was. So we are at 330 files. So there's that. I kind of wanted to have like a server raid. Is Mr. Toki excited? He's actually really unimpressed by this entire thing because he was it's hard to watch your spouse get stressed out, and I was very stressed out about this entire thing. So stressed. I think that's actually what got me sick. But just, if you have a voucher, if you have any questions about the voucher, make a forum topic about it, because that's not that's personal, and I don't want you to be discussing personal things like that here. Wait, is the server getting a reset? Yes. This is what I mean, though. Like, after this is over, it's done. I'm not gonna be stressed out anymore. I'm much less stressed out now than I was like a few days ago. So I'm really good right now, guys. I really am. Oh wow, that's a person I haven't seen in forever. Hello, Kick. see. We're at 300 now. But yeah, I wanted to have like a server raid. Initially, I was like, oh my gosh, we should all just join Hypixel and like raid Hypixel as BlockHermit. But yeah, I'm still all for that, by the way. But I am against us leeching. So, you know, we go on there and we know in our heads we're BlockHermit, but we're not going to be going onto there and being like, we're from BlockHermit, ha ha ha, you know? So if you guys want to arrange going on to Hypixel together, that's totally fine by me. Doesn't it sound like a fun idea? Like, do a BlockHermit raid? That sounds so much fun. 290. So yeah, there you go. I'm giving you guys like, you know, step-by-step updates, right? Kind of. I'm making it seem like after I'm done with the file transfers, it's going to be live. It's not going to be live when I'm done with the file transfers. We still have some little issues that we need to fix. Like literally, guys, this is entirely dedicated to the server. This is my BlockHermit notebook. I have, if the seed information showed, I'm okay with that though, because like that's the old seed. Like, look at all this. Look at all this stuff I had to like note down. Like, oh my gosh, guys. Quality too low. That works for me because I don't want you guys seeing. I probably have like, oh my gosh. At one point, we thought we were going to bypass 13 altogether. Server reset 1.14. I have so much stuff. We even had a reset conference, guys. If you read that there was a date in January, that's legit. Do I regret the server? No, I do not. Not at all. No, do not kamikaze Hypixel. Do not kamikaze Hypixel. It makes me very sad when I see players be toxic to other players. I wanted to create a server where everyone is... You don't have to be nice to each other. I just don't want you to be nasty to each other. And that's what it is. So... Do you guys... For people who have been here since, oh yeah, sorry about the lag. So for people who have been here last summer, like 1 year ago, I don't know if you guys remember the drama that happened. There was an issue where a player felt like, I don't know, there was a lot of division that happened between this player, and they had a big vendetta against the seniors, that we had too much power. We had, you know, we're supposed to be normal players and this, that, and the other thing. And another player chipped in saying that, you know, like, you know, you're supposed to be there to help us. And this is really upsetting for all of us to hear. Yeah, there was a lot of drama, you know, but... So you gotta understand that the seniors that we have right now, I kind of forced them into that position. I strong-armed them and forced them into being seniors. they didn't necessarily want that position. And then so they're initially really excited to help out, but then we get players that are like, you guys aren't doing your job. You guys aren't helping us. You guys aren't doing this, that, and the other thing. And it's not that we're not helping you, it's that we kept referring players to go onto the forums so that when we're on the server playing, we can relax and play. And this player said it's retarded and ridiculous for seniors to be online and not help. And the thing is, we do help. It's just, it ends up being all that we do when we're on the server. Seniors are players too. That should be a hashtag. That should be like a Twitter hashtag. Seniors are players too. You know, and I never wanted any of the seniors to feel obligated to, you know, to have to do this, have to do that. They're players just like you. They come and go when they want to, just like you. They have extra privileges like being able to help out on the website, being able to help with the command blocks, being able to help with the building, being able to, you know, help police the server a bit. But it's not an obligation. And it was really disheartening, not just for myself, but for the other seniors too, that they're volunteering their time. And then there's a player being like, you're not doing your job. You're making this server bad. You're doing whatever negative blah, 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 blah. And even in between the players, they were really split on this. And it made me really sad, guys. Like, I actually literally cried. I was in the middle of the first, you know, vacation away that I literally had in years with my husband. And I broke down crying because I don't want to see this division between the players. It's supposed to be for fun. I want you guys to have fun. I want the seniors to have fun, you know. So when that happened, it was so disheartening that I was considering shutting the server down. So I don't know if you guys remember last year when I was discussing potentially shutting the server down. But the players that really rose up and spoke about, you know, oh, I really wish you wouldn't. And the seniors that were like, yeah, I mean, the experience sucked, but we liked the server. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not shutting down the server. I'm not going to let this one negative experience ruin the entire experience for everybody on the server. So there was a time when I did consider shutting the server down. This was, yeah, some of you guys remember, this was last year. This was last year, almost about 14 months ago, because it happened in July. Like, I went on vacation to Atlantic City in July. We went to watch the fireworks. Yeah. So there was that. I did consider shutting the server down then. Let's see. Somebody asked a question that I kind of saw off the side of my head. But I don't regret this. I really enjoy, I find it to be a privilege for me that I get to host a server where all of you guys are able to enjoy it. Like, that you guys are so excited for the reset to happen. Like, that makes me feel really good. What do I mean for a raid? I don't know, just for us to all have a good time together on a mini game server, like somewhere like Hypixel. That's what I was thinking. When did I create the server? May 13th, 2013, or May 18th, 2013. I have it in this book. This is the book. Let's see. Important dates. Yep. 18th of May 2013 was day 1 on version 1.5.2. Okay. What's the most ridiculous, funny server-related story you can remember? Ooh, there are so many. Oh my gosh. Oh, this wasn't on the last map. It was on the first map. But when yes, Great Heretic was actually the owner specifically at that point. But so on the first map, we didn't have, because our community wasn't as big and the farms also weren't as big. We didn't have a no AFK rule. So I had stepped away. I don't know what happened, but I had stepped away, and my region was not developed yet. I had a cow farm. I had a wheat farm. I had like a little mushroom house, and I don't know why, but it became a thing for all the seniors to prank me. So I I had complained on a video that I had made that I don't know why I'm living like by a forest close to a plains by the ocean that the plains is by, and I have no chickens. Where are these chickens? Where are the chickens? I was so upset, guys. I was so upset. And I logged off for a little bit. I came back on the next day, and I'm busy trying to set up my recording. So like I start up the game and I'm setting up recording, and then I realized there's nothing but all around me. So I start the stream. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know. Like, I think that video is actually still on YouTube somewhere, but. Oh my god! I am not telling that story, Cobb. If you want to write it out, go ahead, but I'm not telling that story. That was the biggest mistake I made. But yeah, I have the video. I'm literally like confused as all out. My one house, I had one house. I walk into it, and a senior we had at the time, his username is Randy McCrab. He had thrown probably about like 10 to 20 stacks of chicken eggs all in my house. And the minute I opened the door, and there's chickens flying out. and I was just like, okay, well, I'm never using that house again. So I actually built another house off somewhere, and this is the house that I ended up AFKing at. And then I don't know, somebody flooded my area with giant mushrooms. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is my new house now. So I turned all those mushroom houses into my new house. I like put doors on all of them, guys. And then so I was like AFKing for not even that long this one time. And I come back out, and somebody built a giant statue of me behind my wheat farm. And it's kind of a continuing tradition between the juniors and the seniors now, is when you guys download the old map after we have it ready for download, let me check, like, note the coordinates now. All right, guys, there's where is Tokyo Town is -3,000, +5,000. -3,000, +5,000. Let's offset that by 200. So I don't know, something like that. It's -3,000 by -5,000 is the coordinate that you need to TP to when you download the map. You will see there's a Yoshi, there's a pixel art of Yoshi, there's a pixel art of Togepi. One of my buildings has cake splattered, like somebody dropped a huge cake, and I don't mean like a cake, I mean like the size of the building. Somebody dropped a cake on it for my 29th birthday. Closer to where the region pole would be, there is a hotel that is kind of an inside joke. There were players that like found the edge of my claim, and they decided to build this giant cobblestone hotel next to the region. So Cobb copied and pasted that into my region. There's a big dolphin that's swimming there, like, and it has a crown, by the way. There are some things that I couldn't keep because of my blunder, that Cobb is apparently not going to throw me under the bus for. But Morgul made me a stack of cows. He made me a cow tower out of cows. And then Captain Swaggins put a ghast permanently in one of my tunnels. I couldn't figure out where that ghast was. Like, I'm literally running around my region and I just hear this thing, you know, like, where is it? It was crazy. Oh my gosh. But the builds in general have always been my favorite part of the server. I love, you know, flying around or like even random regioning into somebody else's region and discovering something I had never seen before. When I saw Evil Grape's region, my jaw dropped. I think my jaw hasn't healed yet, guys. Just gorgeous. And then Wout's region, and oh god, I can't wait until you guys download the new map. It is absolutely a thrill. Yes, there is a mini V there. I entirely forgot about the mini V. I have an overloaded villager farm, and that's because Hoost helped me with it. I couldn't get my villagers to breed for like months, and then Hoost comes and he leaves, and all of a sudden I have 20 villagers. Whatever is available in the crafting for vanilla will be available. So I haven't really been able to play around with 1.13 too much yet. So there is part of that. 62 files to go. Yay. Okay. Great Heretic was the owner at one point. So Great Heretic is my ex-fiance. The server was a gift to me from him back 5 years ago. Yes, I am uploading the new map now. But the server was a gift from him to me 5 years ago. And so it was technically always my server, but it was under his name and he was paying for it monthly. More or less. So that's why I always put him as the owner. I'm very specific about things like that. I don't like taking things from other people, so in my head it was always his server until he and I unfortunately had to split, and then I just took the server because it was indeed his gift to me even from the get-go. Okay, I have an update. Alright, Cobb. My overworld is done transferring. I am refreshing. We do not talk about that time, Cobb. We do not talk about that time. Do I have an approximate time until the server is ready? No, I do not. We just finished uploading the new map to the main server, and now I've got to go and fix the little hiccups that we couldn't fix while that map was on the game server. There was a cat in the background. There's a cat in the background? There's Hold on. Ow. Do you mean this cat? Is this the cat you're talking about? She's very angry with me for doing that, by the way. She wanted me to cuddle, and I didn't cuddle, so she's kind of upset with me. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you, everyone, for the thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. I am indeed hoping... I won't be streaming, probably, the new map, but I am hoping to be able to start uploading video... Simba! I am hoping to start uploading videos because my husband's gonna play on the new map too, so yay! But I'm hoping to start recording the playthrough, probably on my new computer, because my new computer is awesome. I got a new PSU on it. I have a fairly newish graphics card on it. What is it again? I'm just, for you computer folks, I'm going to let's see. Anything. All right. Where's my mouse? Display. My graphics card is an AMD Radeon RX 460. So the dude that we got it off of ensures me it's decent, and I think it'll be sufficient for what I need it for. What is my husband's IGN? It's 187 C5Z06. Why does it say SevTech? No idea. Is that a graph? What's a graph? Cobb. You should make him change it. Why? Why? Why would I make him change that? I love it. He loves it. Have I ever gone camping? I have not gone camping in 20 years. Over 20 years. Last time I went camping was when I was 6 years old. Where? Somewhere in the mountains. I don't know exactly where. In Korea. It was inland, and I didn't know my geography well enough yet, so I have no idea where. He should not make it Mr. Toki. I really like 187 C5Z06. I love 187 C5Z06. In fact, I am working on making art out of 187 C5Z06 so that we could get it printed out and then put on his car. How do you buy a region? You don't buy a region. You can apply to be a mayor of a region, and if you buy a voucher, you can have that region be named a name of your choice. MCPH is not our host. Bye, Kick. Was really nice seeing you. On our Bycraft, which is linked in our website. And you can do /buy, yes. Bye, Ron. Yeah, Patreon needs an update. I need to update a lot of stuff. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, okay. On. Whew. Yeah, Patreon says MCPH. I had made the information on there. I had typed all that out for that a little bit before I had switched over from MCPH, but we are no longer MCPH. Any estimate of the time left for the update? No, sir. Hello, Boss of Random. Hello, Good Milk Eye. And hello, Jose. Let's see. Technically speaking, at this point, the files are done transferring. We just need to go in and actually fix the kinks. Can the player monument Blueleft was doing be a thing on the new map too? If you can tell me where the coordinates were for those things, then I can try to figure that out. Bye, Tib. Everybody is probably going to have to wait until tomorrow. I set the stream up initially because I thought this was going to go a little bit faster than it is, but it's going quite a bit slow. This is with 2 separate people trying to upload and download files. Where do you apply for Junior? We are not disclosing where you can apply, but right next to Gold Farm. Okay. If you could leave that on the forums, I'll check it out. The upload is done, but we need to do things like set initial regions and make sure that the command blocks are working and set up some of the stores, claim things for admin claims. What else? Just things like that in general. I am hoping that at the latest it's going to be Wednesday. I don't want to have a weekday release, so I'm being very optimistic and hoping that we can do that today. Worst case scenario, not actually worst case scenario, but worse would be tomorrow as the release date. But we are aiming for Wednesday the latest. The builds are done. We just need to make sure everything's functioning correctly in the builds that we put in. We need to disable some things and just in general things like that. I don't want to make it a week. I don't want to make it a week. I want this done yesteryear. Thanks for all of your hard work, guys. I don't mind waiting a couple of days. We all support you. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for that. But I don't want to make you guys wait because I don't want to wait. I want this released and done and off my plate. So I'm really, 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 really hard aiming for tonight or tomorrow. If it doesn't happen, I hope you guys can forgive us and have a little more patience with us. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, then we're going to have to release it during the week. But right now, I'm really hoping for the best. Yes, we are putting finishing touches to the map and the server in its entirety because we also have to make sure the plugins work correctly. And so the difference between server and single player is that the server and the plugins therein are connected to a MySQL database, and we have to make sure that those databases are all working correctly, or else we're going to have big issues like, you know, oh no, don't, please forgive. But yeah, we don't want you to have issues in the long run. Is the server open for seniors now then? I don't think so. Because Cobb is checking the files manually right now, like the actual physical file. He's checking the files. Thank you for the thumbs up again. I really appreciate it. Do I have a written list of all the things, or are you going to have this? Are you going to have 10 things to fix? There's no real list. We just kind of have to just double check everything and make sure it works properly. Any big changes to the plugins? The biggest change that affects all the players is going to be grief prevention and the way claims are going to be handled. That's a really great question. Thank you for asking that. So grief prevention is our plugin that we use currently to allow you to your own claims. But we have introduced a new system starting from this new map going forward of personal regions and community regions. The details of some of that are on the forum right now for where you apply to be mayor. And I really kind of wish I had water with me. And so personal regions are a player's personal region. This is basically where you don't have people from, you know, people that are coming in and are applying to be mayor, are applying to be residents rather. You're going to have a hard time allowing players to be residents in that region because that entire region is claimed by you. So this means that a region being 400 by 400 blocks, that's 160,000 blocks that is going to be claimed if you decide to mayor your region as a personal region. You still get all the privileges that claims normally have, which is you can subdivide the claim so that you have a little corner here in a building. You want to subdivide that and give, container trust to people and things like that. I will get water. Give me a second. But yeah, things like that. The reason we did this change is so that if you look on the link that I posted before with the region map using the Excel sheet, you'll notice there's a lot of places that are red and a lot of places that are just not named, or a lot of places that are yellow. There's just so many places that I couldn't manually check to refresh for new players to settle in. And this was a big issue for me because I wasn't able to refresh enough regions for new players to take over. There was a lot of abandoned regions, and really, I don't excuse people raiding and grief. It's not allowed, but I really, I was kind of setting the server up to be open for raiding and griefing that way. So with this new system, if a player is gone for 60 days and their claim lapses and their claim happens to be the personal region, then that region is up for grabs now because that player is effectively actually gone. If your claim lapses on that region, you are forfeiting that region. That claim is the signifier of you being a mayor. In a community region, it's a little bit different. If you are the mayor of a community region and that claim around the region poll expires, then anyone else can apply to be a community mayor there. Once you turn a region into a community region, it's really difficult to turn that into a personal region. So in general, if it's a community region, it cannot be a personal region. And even with the expiry of the mayor's claim there, because of the fact that the area still has residents living in it, aka other claims, if another person comes in and becomes a mayor there, or if one of the people in the community decide to take over as mayor there, they can't turn that into a personal thing. The 60 days of claim expiry is finite. We can bypass it for you. So if you make a request on the forum saying, oh, hey, I haven't been on in about 30 days. I actually have to, go on vacation or go do this, or I have finals and I really have to study for them and I won't be back until, another month, then we can hold the expiry and make sure that your claim does not expire. So we do have backup plans in case, things like that arise. This is also so that players who have been gone for a year can't come back and say, hey, this is my place. We don't want you guys doing that. There's limited real estate. The map is finite. It means there's limited space. And if you guys are gone for a little bit, you come back and your builds are still there, I understand. But it's unrealistic to expect us to hold these builds for you when you guys leave for a year, half a year, whatever it is at a time, and it's just taking up space. You're not doing anything with it. You're not using up the land. There's new players that need that land and they can't have it because your builds are there and I don't allow griefing. It turns into a sticky situation because of also the fact that we have gone into this new change. The smaller map size should prove to be sufficient. Worst case scenario, we can always expand. That's not a problem. So we do have that. Senior, is the server open for seniors now? No, not yet. I'm way far up the list. So if you guys wanted, you could release now, but you guys are waiting for the server to be in optimal condition. If we release now, it's going to be chaotic because that means we're going to have to install some of the plugins after release, and that would be really messy. So no, we wouldn't and couldn't really release now. Let's see. I hope you guys managed to release it tomorrow. I know you guys have worked hard for this reset and have been spending a lot of time on it. Yes, we really have. Thank you. Big shout outs to Leia and Wout. Wout also did a lot of the building. I think you guys are going to be really impressed when you first log in to the new map. Some of the seniors had to work on a specific region all by themselves, and it was difficult. I feel really bad. Will there be a resource world? Yes. Resource world is permanently a feature of BlockHermit. If you own a personal region, you are more than free to mine in your own region. That being said, you also need to be very aware of where your region boundaries are. So do be quite mindful of that. If you're in a community region, you must, even as the mayor, mine in the resource world. Part of the reason we put it in this way is because... Thank you, WoW. Part of the reason we set the server up this way is so that when in a community region, when a player is gone and they're just gone, they're not going to think to go, oh, hey, I'm quitting BlockHermit, I'm going to unclaim everything. They usually get off thinking, oh, I'll be back like in a week. They don't come back in a week. That turns into a month, that turns into a year, and that claim may expire. So if you have a mine going under it, or if you have a tunnel going under it, if you have a build going under it, it becomes a problem because we need to regenerate, and we regenerate like fully vertically, which means everything all the way to bedrock and everything to build limit all gets regenerated. So if you have a tunnel or whatnot, it becomes a problem. Am I currently stressed? I am not. Because we're basically done. We just need to figure out a little bit of a few things here and there, really, and then we're all done. I'm basically, I see the light like right ahead of me, basically. You know what I mean? How will nether mining work? Nether's gonna work exactly the same way it has in the previous map and the map before that. You are entirely on your own there. We don't support, there's no regions in the nether and things like that, So, yeah, it's going to be a complete mess. It is. It is. We're not really planning on doing, server-provided farms the vanilla way so that you guys have more accessibility to these resources for yourselves. Like the Wither farm, for example, for the longest time, it was player made, and they asked us to turn it into, an admin farm for them, and we did. If you guys do that in the next map, that's totally fine too. But at the end of the day, that's going to be your responsibility, your claim, your this, that, and the other thing. Player-donated admin farms are no longer going to be player-donated admin farms. They're going to be player-donated player farms. And we will not admin claim it. We'll just forcibly claim the entire thing and then put it under your name, which means it's going to be your claim the same exact way we are planning on doing the personal regions are going to be the same thing with the public farms that you guys make. I am so busy with this today that I have not tuned into the stream at Minecon. I am rarely up to date on the news. My life is going to be a nightmare now. I hope not. So it seems like gravel and sand mining will be the main thing I'll do, not quartz. But then what if they go inactive? If a player goes inactive, then that build goes with them. So if let's say player A made a huge farm and they said, oh, I want to make it public, and we go and claim for them, if they're not on in 60 days, that farm is gone. Oh, we're not gonna have Squidwards anymore. Is that what's gonna happen? Well, at least if they're revamping villagers and villages, at least we're not gonna need to reset. So there's, yay. So we're gonna have to test that out with the sleep thing, because it says on the wiki that players have to enter the bed. So I really don't know how that's going to work. The village building changing will not, again, be a problem because we can regen. It has nothing to do with the biome itself, so that's fine. We will not need a reset for that at all. That's not going to be a problem. So let's see, where are we at? Alright. If we do end up getting new biomes, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna test the seed out on a single player world and see what it generates. It shouldn't be too big of a problem to just chunk change. But yeah, a lot of the new biomes also, it's not gonna matter if we have them in the resource world, for example. So I'm not too worried about that either. Am I excited about pandas? There's gonna be pandas. You tell me if I'm gonna be excited about pandas. This is all just in the living room, guys. Just living room. Just my living room. Too much. Okay. Okay. You sit there. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm actually stuck. Ooh, ow! Okay, everything just fell off my desk as well. Okay. Alright. Give me 1 second here. I actually wanted this case. I wanted it either with pandas or rabbits, but they didn't have such a case. So that was sadness. And yes, my phone is fully charged. I'm gonna check up on how we're doing here. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick break, guys. Chat amongst yourselves. I am going to take a quick break. Oh my gosh. And I have a situation about my server friends group. What do you mean, your server friends group? Please don't DM me. If you need to, send me a message on the forums. Ooh, you know what? I just realized you guys aren't going to be able to see it clearly, so maybe this is not a bad thing. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, you guys can't see it at all. You guys can't see a thing. Oh yeah, you guys can't see anything. Oh right. Okay, here we go. Oh man, you guys can't see anything. Not a single thing. I didn't know it would be that bad. Hold on. I'm gonna see if maybe I can. Oops. Can I maybe? Did that do? Oh yeah. Now you can see some of it. Okay, so in the forums, you can send private messages. It's not public. I don't want you DMing me on Discord because whatever you write me, it doesn't get saved, and I'm never gonna come back to it. And whatever issue you may have had, I'm not gonna get to it. It's not gonna get resolved. Whatever issues you have, whatever things you need to discuss in private, you can put on the forums. Thank you. Also, on top of that, I want to add, let's see. There we go. In the administrative part of the forums, the ban appeal, the player report, and the grief report, nobody else can see it except for you and the seniors and juniors. Aw, server. Aw. I mean, I'm not going on the server to, you know, like tease you guys more. I'm really just on here to get some work done, guys. Listen, it's built into the thing. It's actually not that bad of a quality considering it's a webcam, though. Which also, it works out great because then you can't really see what I'm doing. There we go. This is the quality of the server, huh? Oh, my settings are entirely at max. Oh boy, that's gonna be a problem. Yeah, like, how are you oh my, that's not gonna be good. Alright, I'll figure it out. No, you know, that... It's not, because the fish farm that I put in, this is incredibly loud. Alright, let's put you. Okay. So the fish farm that we have on the server, ooh, oh my. The fish farm that tutorial that I have as a video on the server is there one, because you are allowed to AFK fish for up to 15 minutes, but anything past 15 minutes is excessive. 15 minutes should be more than enough for you to be able to get a good handful of fish, maybe some rare items, and when they're rare, they stay as rare items, right? The fish farms that I had posted up requires only one redstone dust, which made it the least laggiest out of the fish farms that are available for players. So that's kind of why. Okay, I am just checking a few things. Game mode. Okay, so that literally cut the music out. Very nice. Okay, so that's done. All right. All right, thank you for the PM. I'll have a look at it very soon. All right, so if you guys have any more questions, I will be answering those. Otherwise, I think it may be most lucrative for me to hop off the live stream to work on this. That's up to you guys. I really hope you put all your items on the Ark too, my friend. That would be an extra no bueno. These. I mean, again, you know, items are not too hard to replenish, so there's that. There we go. Here's the wall. How you doing, wall? Oh yeah, there's a wall, guys. There's a wall. Keep /admin. Ugh. Here you go. There's the one corner. Super rare item, at least for now. We're gonna have to see just how common certain items and the like are before we go ahead and do anything, really. You know, so yeah. That's a good question, though. Very good question. There is a lonely helicopter there. That is a very lonely helicopter. I don't know what's happening here. What in the world happened there? Okay. I don't know, but it's, I guess, permanently like that now. Yeah, we really, we try to not really mess with the way the vanilla game kind of provides you with things. Um, so, we'd need to see how rare something is before we go ahead and make that move. Hello, Emerald Scientist. I am currently setting up admin claims. So that's what I'm doing. And just to show you guys what it looks like approximately. Why don't I just keep it like this? Because you guys have absolutely no idea what you're looking at. It's a little too I hope I can do the release by tomorrow, but worst case scenario, it's going to be during the week. But yeah, I would really like for us to be able to release this as soon as possible. I'm doing this, but as I'm doing this, I realize I don't actually know where to place this. I need a stick. That's not where a stick is. That's not where a stick is. Stick, 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 stick. Good stuff. There is so much going on here. You can't even see. I may have claimed a little too far out then. Oh, real close. Not bad. Let's see. Wow, 30s come over here. Alright, so it looks like that's what it is. Can I do that, or do I have to do it in the games? It has to be at a corner. That's lame. I need it to be contracted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So where is the border then? Let's see. That's not it. That's not it. I would love for that to be possible. Though I don't... Because I have to wipe out the game server. I really feel like it would be best if everyone hopped onto like Hypixel together. You know? You guys should... the builds are all done. We have tall mushroom. The builds are all done. Visit. Let's go. Visit. Newtown. And I need to look. That's west. I need to go east. Yes. Yes, I do. I need to go southeast. Okay. Go. Fantastic. That was easy. good. Yes, it is. You guys should do a raid. Let's I feel like it would be best if I cut this stream. Don't you think? Yeah, it takes a very long time. That's not the right mouse. Everything that I had said before that needs checking after the server is up. And that is exactly what I'm working on now. I didn't know this was a thing that people wanted. So, yeah, if you guys want it, then I'll do more of it. I have no problem with that. I hope I can get the server up quite soon. It would be nice if I could. But I don't know, guys. I'm trying very hard to get stuff done here. I guess that's the announcements. Alright, well, then I'm gonna end the stream for now. You guys have a great rest of the day. And see you guys on the server after it goes live. Keep your eyes out on the... Keep your eyes out on the announcements. The announcements will be... And that is exactly what we're avoiding. But keep your keep your eyes out on the announcements. We will update on there as soon as everything is ready. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, hope to, I guess, be able to do more of these stream type things soon. Bye, guys.